Imagine you can't hear, you can't see, you can't speak, and the only person that can save you wants you gone. How can the children be our future if they're not here?
The Republican Party promotes adoption and abstinence.
We have to help young women who are experiencing a crisis pregnancy. We have to help them with compassion, and we have to help those young women with courage. And we also have to do whatever we can to let them know that if they don't want the child, if they'll bring them into life, that we'll do everything we can to help with adoption. The need to change the culture in America to understand the importance of the rights of the unborn, and I will continue to hold that view and position.
If a 15-year-old is raped by her father, you believe it should be illegal for her to get an abortion. Why?
I am pro-life, and I'm unapologetic about my position there on pro-life, and I understand good people on both sides of the abortion debate. Now, I would counsel to choose life. I would like to see a culture of life in this country, but I would also like to see taking it one step further, not just saying I am pro-life and I want fewer and fewer abortions.
The Democratic Party supports the right to choose, even if the mother cannot pay.
If they make a mistake, I don't want them punished with a baby.
Well, the first thing I'd do as president is sign the Freedom of Choice Act. That's the first thing that I do. I have stood up for the freedom of choice in the United States Senate, and I stand by my votes against the confirmation of Judge Roberts and Samuel Alito. With one more vacancy on the court, we could be looking at a majority hostile to a woman's fundamental right to choose for the first time since Roe versus Wade, and that is what is at stake in this.
You don't know. The point is that it shouldn't have an impact on a woman's right to choose. Roe v. Wade talks about very clear definitions of when the child, first trimester, certain considerations, second trimester, not so, third trimester. There's very clear distinction. This isn't about abortion on demand. It's about a careful consideration of all factors that a woman has to make with her doctor and her God. And so I don't think anybody can tell you when life begins.
Back in 1973, in the case of Roe versus Wade, women could get an abortion if rape, incest, or if your health state is in risk. Because of this, abortion became legal. But if you could take it back, would you?
Most of you won't recognize me or my real name. It's Norma McCorvey. I'm also known as Jane Roe, the plaintiff in the Supreme Court case, Roe versus Wade, which legalized abortion in America and changed our nation in an unprecedented way. Back in 1973, I was a very confused 21-year-old with one child and facing an unplanned pregnancy. At the time, I fought to obtain a legal abortion.
Ninth Amendment gives the rights to people.
How would you feel if you were the part of the 1.37 million babies aborted each year?
So wouldn't abortion be violating the Ninth Amendment? Every day, 150,000 babies
don't make it.
What if you were one of them?